Hello again. So I am back for our math lesson today. Math is going to be the same as yesterday. We're going to continue in that fraction packet that we were doing yesterday. So I had told your parents in the thing that you're going to need crayons. And we are going to be using some different colored crayons as we go through this one. So we're going to do again 5 pages together. And then I'm going to have you do 1 page on your own, just reviewing our fractions before we have to take our test on Friday. Okay, so this one says some for you and some for me. So I see right away that I'm going to need a red crayon and a blue crayon. So I've already gotten my colors. So here, number 1, it says color the part. I'm going to use my book as a background. Okay, so number 1, it says for me, so for me, I'm going to be coloring red. For you, I'm going to be coloring blue. So I'm going to show 1/2 is for me and 1/2 is for you. So my 1/2 for me is red. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to color one of the star balloons red. And this one is going to show the red is for me. So 1/2 of the balloon is for me. And then I'm going to color the other one blue, showing you that the other half is for you. So I'm sharing them with you. So I'm going to go ahead and color that. So I showed that 1/2 is for me, which means it's red, and 1/2 is for you, which means it's blue. Okay, let's look at number 2. Ooh, this one's a little trickier. We're going to get a little fancier in our fractions. So here it says 1/4 is for me. So 1 part of the 4 is for me. 3/4 are for you. So you're going to get 3 of them. So if 1/4 is for me, I'm going to color one of them red. So I'm going to make this crayon red, because this one is for me. So I'm getting 1/4 of the crayons. And this one says 3/4 are for you. So that means 3 of them are going to be colored blue out of the 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and color the other 3 crayons blue. So that is showing 3/4 of the crayons are blue and 1/4 of the crayons are red. So 3 out of the 4 are blue, which means 3/4, and 1 out of the 4 is red. So you're going to color it in looking like that. Okay, let's look at our flowers. This one says 2/3 are for me, 1/3 is for you. So again, if it says the 2, that means I have to color in 2 red, and I'm going to color in one of them blue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just color the flower part. I'm not going to color the whole thing. Okay, so 2 of the colors are going to be red. So 2 of my flowers are going to be red because 2/3 are for me. So 2 out of the 3 flowers are for me. And then 1 out of the 3 flowers is for you. So 1/3 of the flowers are blue and 2/3 of the flowers are red. Okay, number 4. It says 2/4 for me, 2/4 for you. So I only have 2 that I'm going to be coloring in for me. So 2 out of the 4 are for me. So we kind of have to remember this is 2 different ones. I think this one's kind of confusing. So this one, I'm going to say 2 out of this first 4 are for me. I'm not sure who these 2 are for. Okay, maybe a friend, a different friend, I don't know. Okay, Then look at the next 4. This one says 2 out of the 4 are for you. So I'm going to color in these 2 for you. Okay, so then it looks like, and I'm going to kind of split these just so you can kind of see the difference here. So this is the 4 and this is the 4. Okay, so looks like each of us have 2 more to maybe share with somebody else. Okay, so 2 out of the 4 of this group was for me. 2 out of the 4 of this group was for you. And it looks like I said, each one of us has 2 more to share with somebody else. Okay, let's go ahead and turn our page. So up here on number 1, I guess it doesn't have really a 1, it says color 1/2 of each group. So this isn't necessarily split into 2 equal parts. It's just saying 1/2 of them need to be colored in. So the first one, these are my trees. I do have 2 trees. So if I need to color in 1/2 of them, I would only color in 1. So I'm going to color in 1 of the trees because 1 of the trees is 1/2. So 1/2 of my picture is colored in. So 1/2 of it. Okay. The next one are bananas. Okay. And I'm going to color in 1/2 of my bananas yellow. So 1/2 of them. So if I have 4, what would be half of 4? Well, half of 4 is 2. So I need to color in 2 bananas because that shows that half of my picture or half of my bananas are colored in. So half of them are colored in. All right, the next one is our flowers. I need to color in 1/2 a certain color, doesn't matter what color. Okay, so if I have 6 flowers, what is half of 6? Well, I know half of 6 is 3. So I'm going to color in 3 of the flowers because then half of my picture is colored in. The other half has not been colored in. So I'm just going to take my crayon and color in half. Okay. All right, let's look here. So this one says color 1/4 of each group. So I need to split them into fourths. So the first one's pretty easy because I have 4 equal ducks and I only need to color in 1 of them. I know ducks aren't normally blue, but blue looks like it's showing up a little bit better. Some of my other colors didn't show up very well. So 1/4 of my group is blue. All right, let's look at our hearts. This one's a little bit harder. So what I like to do is I like to group them because I think it makes it easier. So here's a group of 2. Here's a group of 2. Here's a group of 2. And here's a group of 2. So those are my 4 equal parts. Each part has 2 hearts in it. So I've created 4 equal parts and I need to color 1 part. So the way that I do that is I just color in 2 of the hearts. So that is showing me that this group is 1 out of the 4 equal groups of hearts are colored in. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with my flowers. But with my flowers, it's going to be 3 flowers in a group. So this is a group. This is a group. This is a group. And then this bottom part is a group. Okay, so I made 4 equal parts. And now I need to color in 1 of the parts. So I would just color in 3 of my flowers. And again, I think it's a lot easier if you can split them into the groups. So 3 of my flowers need to be colored in because now 1 of my 4 equal parts are colored in. All right, we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. So this one says color 1/3 of each group. So this first one's pretty easy. We have 3 equal spiders, and we're just going to color in one of the spiders. Okay, the snails are pretty easy. All I would do is split them into our groups again. Ooh, my book went away. All right, so this is a group, this is a group. So I have 3 groups with 2 snails in each group. Okay, now I need to create one of the groups that needs to be shaded in. So I would just shade in 2 of the snails. So 1 out of the 3 equal parts is shaded in. Okay, let's look at our fish. So in our fish, it's 3 fish, and I kind of went like this. This is my group. Here's my other group, and then my other group is down here at the bottom. So I have 3 equal parts. I have 3 fish equally split up as far as in groups, and then I'm going to shade in one of those parts. So I'm showing 1/3. So 3 of my fish are going to be shaded in because this is the one part that's shaded in, and I split it into 3 equal parts. So each part had 3 fish. All right. Go ahead and flip your packet over. Okay, so this one, it says, Sarah has 2 apples. Circle 1/2 of Sarah's apples. So if I'm circling 1/2, 1/2 of this would be just one of the apples. So 1 out of the 2 apples is 1/2. Number 2 says Mark has 4 apples. Circle 1/2 of Mark's apples. So how would I split this into 2 equal parts? Well, I know half of 4 is 2. So I would circle 2 of the apples. So 1/2 of his apples are circled. Okay, look at number 3. It says Dante has 3 cookies. Circle 1/3 of Dante's cookies. So if I have 3 equal cookies, I'm going to just circle one of them to show 1/3. Number 4 says Selena has 6 cookies. Circle 1/3 of Selena's cookies. Well, I can see these 2 go together, these 2 and these 2 to make 3 equal parts. So I'm going to just circle 2 of the cookies together. So this is 1 of the 3 equal parts is circled. Number 5 says Tim has 4 nuts. Circle 1/4 of Tim's nuts. So here's my 4 nuts. I'm going to just circle one of them because I have 4 equal parts. One of them needs to be circled. Right? 6 says Maline has 12 nuts. Circle 1/4 of Maline's nuts. So they already kind of did this. Here's 3, 3, 3, and 3. So I've got 4 equal parts with 3 peanuts in each part. And I just need to circle one of them. So I'm going to circle one of the parts, which would be those 3 peanuts. So 1 out of the 4 equal parts is the 3 peanuts here. All right. Turn your page and flip it. We should be on page 92. So this one just says find the fraction. So I'm going to find out how much is shaded. So if I have this 1 car shaded, that's what the 1 stands for. And how many equal cars do I have? I have 2. So my fraction would be 1/2. So I would circle that 1/2. Okay, let's look at our cookies. I have 4 cookies. I have 1 part shaded in. So my fraction would be 1/4. This one, I have 3 flowers. So I know I have 3 equal parts. I have 1 part shaded in. So I would circle 1/3. Okay, let's look at our boots. So our boots, I have 3 equal parts. I have 1 part shaded in. So that's going to show me 1/3. Okay, this one, you have to kind of look at this one a little bit differently. So this one, I would separate like this. So this is 1 part, this is 1 part. So how much is shaded in between my 2 parts? This one would show me 1/2. Okay, so 1/2 of my buttons are shaded in because these are 2 equal parts that I created. Okay, this one we're going to separate into 3 equal parts. So I'm going to draw my lines. So here's my 3 equal parts. How many parts are shaded in? Just 1. So I would have 1/3. Okay, at the bottom, so I have to create equal parts again. So I can see that 2 is what I'm looking for. So these 2 go together, those 2 go together, and I just make boxes around them because it makes it easier for me to see. And then these 2 go together. So I can see I have how many equal parts? I have 4 equal parts, and how many are shaded in? Just 1. So that creates 1/4. Okay, look at the baseballs. I'm going to again make my equal parts. So I'm going to draw a line right across the middle. So here I have 2 equal parts. I have 2 equal parts. Each of them have 3 baseballs. How many parts are shaded in? Just 1. So that would create 1/2. Right? The last one. So I'm going to kind of create that window that we talk about. So I'm going to go like this because that's going to make it easier. So how many parts did I separate my cherries into? I have 4 equal parts. Each part has 3 cherries. How many parts are shaded in? Just 1. So that's going to show me 1/4. All right, we're going to use our crayons again for this page. So on this page, it's going to give us some instructions. So it says color the flowers and follow the steps, but it's going to tell us how to color them, so don't color them yet. So here it says draw a blue box around 1/2 of the flowers. Draw a brown box around the other half. So if I have 8 flowers, what's half of 8? Half of 8 is 4. So I'm going to draw a blue box around the top 4 flowers. And then it tells me to draw a brown box around the other half of my flowers. So my page should look like that right now. 1/2 of my flowers are in a blue box. The other half of my flowers are in the brown box. Number 2 says, go to the blue box, color 1/4 of the flowers red. So if I have 4 equal parts, it tells me to shade in 1 of them red. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to color in 1 of my flowers red. So I'm just going to shade that in. So I'm going to color it red. Then it says draw grass under the other flowers. So I'm going to take my pencil, or my crayon, sorry, my green crayon, and I'm going to draw grass under the other flowers that are in my blue box. So not the red one, but in all the other ones. I'm going to draw grass underneath of them. So I'm just going to put some grass. Okay, number 3 says go to the brown box. So now I'm going to be working in my brown box. Color 1/4 of the flowers purple. So again, I have 4 flowers in that box, 4 equal parts. I need to color 1 of them purple. So I'm going to take my purple and I'm going to color that purple. Okay, then it says draw grass under the other flowers. So in my brown box with my green crayon, I'm going to color grass underneath the other 3 flowers that are in there. Okay, so I'm going to color grass. Number 4, it says find the flowers with grass in each box. Color 1/3 of those flowers yellow. Okay, so find the flowers with grass in each box. Color 1/3 of those flowers yellow. So now we're kind of ignoring this one. So now I have 3 equal parts. I need to color 1 of them yellow. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to color this one yellow. and I'm going to color this one yellow. So I've colored them yellow. Okay, and then the last instruction, which we're not going to do together, you can do it on your own. Number 5 says color the rest of the flowers any way you want. So now you could color these 4 flowers any way that you want if you would like to. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and explain the last page that I want you to do on your own, and then this is the page I want your parents to turn in to me. So you're going to be turning in page 94 to me. Today is all. Okay, so it just says fill in the circle next to the correct answer. So number 1 says which one shows 1/2 circled. So they all have 4 hearts, but one has 1/2 of them circled. Number 2, which one shows 1/4 in a box? So 1 out of the 4 should be in a box. Which one has that? Okay, 3 says which one shows 1/3 circled? So which one shows 1 out of the 3 in a circle? Number 4 says how much of the group is shaded? So how much of those cookies are shaded? Number 5, how much of the group is shaded? So again, you're going to have to break these into equal parts and then figure out how much is shaded. Okay, it says Pete had 2 sandwiches. He ate half of them. How many did he eat? So if he ate half of each one of these sentences, how many sandwiches, did he eat altogether? Okay, this one says Jan's cat has 4 kittens. Jan gave 1/4 of the kittens to a friend. How many kittens did she give her friend? So how many of the cats did she give her friend? Number 8 says Pete had 3 apples. He gave 1 out of 3 of the apples to his sister. How many did he have left? So if he gave 1 of them to his sister, how many did he have left? So you guys need to do this page for me, page 94 on your own, and then just make sure your parents send it to me. All right? Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Don't forget to do your 20 minutes of Redbird as well. Thanks. Bye.